Hey YouTube, it's been a while, probably a long time since I made a video. It's always hard to come up with content. And there's so many other channels that do things out there that are sort of informational or updates and stuff. So thought I'd catch up on our 2017 Honda Odyssey. About 71,000 miles on it now. This was purchased from about 2.5 years ago for us. And right now, kind of showing here, we are looking at this right here. The ends of the wiper blades are starting to split. It's actually kind of has a nice little delamination in the middle. So I'm going to replace it. These are, actually I went to the Honda dealer and got Honda blades. I've been finding out with my cars that going to the dealer or getting OEM products, if it's a dealer or wherever online, it just seems to be a better fit, especially when you have like sort of proprietary style mounts and things like that. So little tab back here, I'm going to push that up, give this a tug, and away it goes. All right, so put the new one on here. It's guaranteed to fit. You don't have to mess around with like adapters and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and yank it out of the bag here. And we're back. And here it is. It's the genuine Honda OEM wiper blade. I'm going to assume these were the genuine or the OEM blades that were actually on the car when we bought it. So 5.5 years isn't a bad run. Let's see if we can get this on. There. Clips in. And that's pretty much it. Very easy and guaranteed to fit. Obviously, I think you can buy with the rubber inserts on these blades. I didn't really want to mess around with that. I thought I would just replace the whole assembly. Not exactly cheap, but probably guaranteed to last for another few years. We'll go ahead and do the same thing on the passenger side. And again, let's go ahead and find our little friendly tab here. All right, that just pulls off. And then we'll go ahead, and here's our genuine Honda replacement. I'll get it out of the bag and attach it to the arm. And the same thing again. Have the clip here, and then you have the hook. And just go ahead and line it up, click it in, and you're done. So it's always a good idea to double check your measurements with the original blades, just in case they didn't get it right at the counter, but it looks like our counter person did. And we'll go ahead and check out our handiwork. If you can look at the windshield, you can see there's a bit of an artifact from where the blade was delaminating. So we'll go ahead and fire it up. And just to recap, this is a 2017 Honda Odyssey Touring Elite. And I'm actually got a service due, basically, and cycle through that. So I'm getting close to the end of oil change. This is actually, I'm getting kind of sidetracked here, but I typically bring it in at 50%, change the oil, then bring it in again when we're at the end of the service life meter here. So it's about 3750, 4,000 miles between oil changes. Anyway, let's go ahead and fire up the... Okay, perfect. We are not... Looks like we are good to go. No streaks, no chatters. And operating the way it should. One more time we'll hit it. Perfect. All right, that's done. So, check it on the outside. Looks good. Nice spray pattern from the windshield washer. Sometimes they get gummed up or misaimed. You get a lot of ice and stuff that gets kind of stuck in the cowl if the car sits outside in our snowy winters. Otherwise, general updates. Chevy Volt 2015. It's been with us for 4 years. 52,000 miles on this now, 53,000 and change. It's doing well. It's due for an oil change. I usually take it in annually for oil service, regardless of what the oil life meter says. My commute's changed a little bit, so I have about a 50-mile round trip commute to work if I do go in. Mostly highway and going against traffic, so use the hold and mold a lot in the highway. And MPG can vary. If it's like really cold out, I'm probably getting in like the mid 30s to mid 40s because the engine's cycling on and off. If it's warmer out and I can maximize the EV range, I'm probably getting closer to like 60 to 70 or more miles to the gallon. Our other four-wheel friend here, 2014 Nissan Maxima. I've had this for about 5.5 years now. Really no mechanical issues at all. Just a couple of, I think the only thing we had really go wrong with it, and it wasn't the car's fault, was a pothole on 35W Minneapolis. Took out the right front tire and tie rod end. Not the car's fault. It was just one of those things that happens during the spring pothole season in the road construction area. One area that bugs me a little bit on this car is the dog leg, or the left rear quarter behind the door panel, or behind the door. It corrodes. I had that touched up last year, and it's blooming again, so I'm going to go back to the body shop and see what we can do to get that fixed. It's not happening on the passenger side. I think the theory was my son had the car at his apartment. It was street parked on a fairly busy street, and all the road splash was being thrown up on the driver's side of the car, and might have accelerated the corrosion a little bit, so we'll see what happens with that. And over here, the mainstay of my, well, I should not say the mainstay, but one of the first YouTube videos I've ever did was on Old Blue, our 1987 Dodge Dakota pickup, currently attached to a battery tender, which is in float mode. This is, of course, my dad's truck that was bought new back in August of '87, and this guy, oh, the battery's got a charge, the light still works. 110,000 miles on it. It's been periods of time where it just sat a lot. It was a daily driver for my dad right up until he retired from his job in 1994. And he just kept it. Unfortunately, Chrysler Corporation and a lot of the other 80s manufacturers had issues with paint adhesion and delamination. Unfortunately, this truck has that issue. So a lot of debate on clear it, keep the patina, or repaint it. I'd like to repaint it, but it's hard to find a body person or body shop that would be willing to take it on. Everybody just wants to do insurance work, fender bender repair and whatnot, especially coming out of this particular winter season. I'm sure the body shops have been fairly busy. Another thing I have to do with this is we have door panels that are faded. Starting to crack a little, so it's kind of the back and forth of should I just take these off and repaint them or re-dye them or get new ones. They aren't too bad, it's just that a lot of kind of just abrading wear here, so I'll have to kind of research what my options are. You want to keep it original, but you want to make it nice too, and I have a nice reference point for how original it was as far as the blue. And then how sun faded it can kind of get. And I think, again, this was common with plastics and all sorts of 80s products. This is like soft touch, different material, didn't fade. Rubber floor mats. This is a quite a basic truck, but desirable to some people. Rubber floor mats, no carpet, four-wheel drive lever. So shift on the fly, four-wheel drive, currently in two-wheel drive. I had to find a new shift boot. Took some doing, but I was at a kind of a pick and pull lot, and they had a Dakota 4x4 there, so I was able to snag the shift boot from that, put it in my truck. Dashboard, yeah, again, faded, and there's cracks in certain spots, so it's kind of like, do I get a cover? Do I get a different dashboard? I think they're all like this, so I might just get a cover and call it a day. The passenger side door panel, same story, faded, a little bit of cracking, and again, question is replace or refinish. Headliner, yeah, that's sagging. I think it's pretty easy to fix it. I will fix it. It's just a matter of probably taking the seat out and then taking the plastic A and B pillar trim out and just going from there. I have the original sliding glass window, which I need to reglue the lock tab for, and the cloth bucket, or not bucket, but a cloth bench seat. A little bit of wear on that. Again, kind of threadbare in spots. And what do? Do you have it recovered? It's kind of a tweed fabric, and you flip it forward and you got storage behind there. You don't see single cab trucks pretty much. It's like they always have like bonus cabs or 4-door cabs or something like that. So it's kind of a unicorn anymore. And I guess I got an 8-foot box. My garage is kind of small, so the truck kind of steps in as storage. So I keep my bicycles and some other things in the back during the winter time here. I don't necessarily want to be a pack rack with it. I keep throwing stuff in there. I will take it out and I will drive it probably another couple of weeks or so. Other than that, I guess my bikes, I got a Trek Dual Sport 2, kind of a gravel hybrid bike, and a 4600 Trek full-on mountain bike, which has winter tires on it. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Hope everyone's having a happy and safe March, and looking forward to some springtime activity here. So stay well, like and subscribe. I'm trying to think about how to reboot my channel, maybe rename it something a bit more relevant, because the grocery getter car, the BMW, I haven't owned in a long time. So see everyone later.